This is Jocelin with Real Life Homesteaders, and today's video is difficult decisions on the homestead. And I'm going to take you around and introduce you, get a chance to show you my husband Mark feeding the bull and some of the juniors. And you'll get to meet Taffy. And Taffy is the sweetest little heifer cow that you could possibly meet. Behavior-wise, she is absolutely amazing, other than the fact that she still likes to nurse on the moms. And she's going to make a perfect family cow, because most families have one cow and then they have a baby, and you can't nurse on yourself. So behavior-wise, the way that she comes in and interacts with us, she is fantastic. But in our setup, because we have so many cattle, it makes it very difficult to have a heifer calf that is now old enough to be in with the moms, who still wants to nurse at her age. And she was a bottle calf, or not a bottle calf, she was on a nurse cow. And that's why we do bottle calves, because we don't want to run into this issue. We also had to dispatch a couple of roosters this past week because they attacked my dad and literally hurt him. Thankfully, it wasn't injuries that required us to go seek medical care, and we were able to take care of them. But you can't have animals that are dangerous on a homestead. And sometimes an animal can be an excellent animal, but it's not the right fit. Maybe they don't get along with your other animals. Maybe they're better off by themselves, or maybe they need a companion and they don't do well by themselves. So there's a variety of reasons why you have to make difficult choices on a homestead. And it does not mean that the animal is bad, or that you are a bad homesteader, or that you failed at something. You are just looking at the entire picture and saying, what is the best option for me, my family, and my homestead? And so you're choosing to be a wise steward by making those decisions that benefit the entire picture overall. And sometimes that means selling an animal. Sometimes that means butchering an animal. So there's a lot of potential choices that you might make. But the failure to make those choices can actually be much more detrimental. Leaving an animal that attacks children or people in the family, even adults. Leaving a bull that gores can result not just in a small injury, but a major injury, or even death, if we take it that way. In fact, there's actually a biblical principle behind this. The Bible talks about if someone has a bull and it gores someone and it's an accident, then they're only responsible for the accident. And I think they pay, basically, if I remember the scripture right, basically they pay for the care of that person injured. But if they have a bull that they know has gored people and a person is injured, then they actually, I think it goes so far as they could be put to death because they were irresponsible with their choices, and they allowed this animal that was dangerous to continue to stay there. And I'll put in the description below the actual scripture verses that I'm referencing, and this is my interpretation of it, and I don't remember the exact responsibilities, but I kind of quote that loosely in order to say that we have to make responsible choices for our family and for our homestead, just like we're not going to allow our children when they're young to do dangerous things or to make bad choices for themselves, their health, their safety. That's our job as parents, and so that's our job as stewards on a homestead. So I'm going to take you and enjoy some good footage, but hopefully leave you with the thought of it's okay to make the difficult decisions, and sometimes we have to, and that's part of being a responsible homesteader. Hi, Cuddles. What are you and the girls up to? You gonna tell me a story tonight about what you've been doing? Oh, well, hello, miss. You came flying out of the coop. You guys enjoying some green grass? Spring? So Mark's getting ready to feed our bull, and there is Dandy and Taffy. He knows how to cut through the fence. I would have to turn it off or go around to the gates, but he's taken the feeder out away from the fence, so everybody gets all excited. Nope, Buckeye's gonna join in. Come on, Cedar. I think you're excited, Chucky. So we feed all the cows at least some grain. Help make sure all their weight stays good, and that the beef cattle, which is our steers that are going to go to market as they get older, get a nice marble on them. And when we moved Chucky away from the girls, he had decided that our bunk feeder was a great play toy. So Mark had to pull it out and go to this type of tub situation. When it was the younger calves and the bull wasn't in here, they behaved themselves and they did great on the bunk feeder. You can actually see it in the background where it's flipped upside down so it doesn't get water in it. And we have a beautiful, I'm not sure if it's full moon or almost full moon developing over the house. And so here's all of the steers, our bull, and our one female who will not quit nursing on the mamas. And she's going to make a great family cow. So for a family that wants a cow and doesn't have multiple other moms in milk, she is going to make an absolutely amazing family cow. She will come up, she will let us pet her, she will let us love all over her, she wants attention, but she's just not working out because of that habit for us here on the farm. So we've got her in with the bull so she can get bred, and once we know the pregnancy is taken and she's doing really well, then we will put her up for sale. So as much as we would like to keep her, sometimes you have to look at the logistics of what is working on the homestead. Thanks for joining me on today's video with Real Life Homesteaders. Please be sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel, and visit our website, reallifehomesteaders.com. Please plan to join us this September for our first annual conference. You'll find all the details at our website, and the conference will be here in the greater Mansfield area. So we're excited to hopefully have many of you joining us. And while this video was a little more challenging in the sense of making difficult decisions, I think it's something that we all need to talk about as homesteaders, that making these decisions are an integral part of being a good steward of all the things that God has entrusted to us. So hope you've enjoyed the challenge this week. We'll see you next week.